Welcome back to our EKG module series. We're going into module 7, bundle branch and pre-excitation syndromes. Let's start off with our bundle branch block. So the ideology of a bundle branch block. This occurs when an electrical signal from the AV node is delayed or blocked in one of the ventricle's bundle branches. If we remember kind of our pathway of electrical conduction, we're going to start in our SA node, and then we're going to go to the AV node, and the bundle of His, right? And then from the bundle, we go into these left and right bundle branches. Okay, that's where we're getting a block. We're having a signal that's not quite going through here. This can be caused by a number of conditions, including heart disease, heart muscle disease, heart inflammation, blood clots, congenital heart defects, hypotension. The list goes on and on. Well, they're common in older people and often a marker of slowly progressing degenerative diseases. Let's talk about determination. Step 1, we're going to look at lead V1. We're going to look for evidence that the electrical activity started above the ventricles. So we want to make sure there's a P wave. Step 3, the QRS complex measures 0.12 or greater, not including any PVCs or anything. And your normal average QRS complex is measuring greater than 0.12 seconds. And then step 4, looking at V1, if the energy is below the isoelectric line, that is a left bundle branch block. And if the energy of the depolarization is above the isoelectric line, this is going to be a right bundle branch block. So think of like a turn signal on your car. If you turn it down, you're going to the left, up is right. We're going to talk about this in lots of different ways, though, because I think that's helpful when you're learning EKGs to think of it in a bunch of different ways so that you can pick the way that works best for you. So let's go back into the right bundle branch block here, RBBB. All right, looking at V1, notice the wide QRS pointed up, and it looks kind of like bunny ears. Your bunny ears are going to be your classic symbol here in V1. V1 bunny ears, I want you to think bundle branch block on the right side, right bundle branch block. How do you remember right? Well, remember, our V1 is more on the right side of the heart, okay? This is the furthest of the precordial leads on the right side, whereas V6 represents really that left side. So right bundle branch block, V1, right side, bunny ears. Our left bundle branch block, we're going to look for those wide, slurred QRSs in V6, okay? So look at V1, notice the wide QRS, it's pointed down. And look at V6, we've got this wide, slurred thing, and we got almost those bunny ears over in V6. Bunny ears on V6 side, think left bundle branch block, V6 left side. A common mnemonic a lot of people will use for this, I did by no means thought of this, but hopefully we can get through this together. William Morrow. So if you see a W in V1, think left and an M in V6. So this is V1, V6. And this is the same thing here, V1, V6. If you see an M in V1 and a W in V6, think right side. Okay? William Morrow. W pattern in V1, M pattern in V6, left bundle branch block. M pattern in V1, W pattern in V6, right bundle branch block. So on the left side, we've got a little bit of a W going on, and here's our bunny ears, our M, our W, and our M. William Morrow. Then we have our fascicular or Hemi blocks. Remember, again, our electrical conduction system, SA node to AV node, bundle of His, right and left bundle branch blocks or bundle branches, and then we go into our fascicular. We have anterior and posterior fasciculars off of the bundle branches, and then they go into the Purkinje fibers. So a fascicular block is going to be after your bundle branches, but before your Purkinje fibers. So the left anterior fascicular block, we're going to have left axis deviation. That's important, going back to our QRS axis deviation. Left axis deviation, you're going to have a little Q and a big R complex in leads 1 and AVL. AVL left side, left axis deviation. So small Q, tall R, there you go. Small Q, tall R, demonstrated here. And then you're going to have a little r, big, deep S complex in leads 2, 3, and AVF. So we have little r, big, deep S. Little r, big, deep S. Little r, big, deep S. Okay, and then prolonged R wave peak time in AVL is going to be greater than 45 milliseconds. That is going to be your left anterior fascicular block. Your left posterior fascicular block, you're going to have a right axis deviation. You're going to have a little r and then an S complex in lead 1 in AVL. Little RS, and AVL, little r and S, small r, deep S, complex. And you have QR complexes in leads 2, 3, and AVF, small q, tall r, small q, tall r. So these are kind of the reverse of one another, right? Small q, tall r. And then our prolonged R peak wave time in AVF. Then we end off with Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. This is characterized by the presence of an accessory pathway or a bypass tract. So we're going to bypass the AV node, often through the bundle of Kent. Pre-excitation results in a shortened PR interval. And notice the presence, the big one here is the delta wave, slurring of the upstroke of the QRS complex. I like to think of this, if you were to like picture your average like PQRS, right? And then your T wave on the other side. Ignore the ST elevation that may or may not be happening here. But we've got this sort of like defined point here from our PR interval to the start of our QRS, right? With Wolff-Parkinson-White, we've got a delta wave. So instead of having that really nice defined waveform, we're going to slur into our QRS complex. So we're not going to have that fine point. We're going to go, woo, I'm bypassing you. I'm just going to woo right past that AV node. We're just going to bypass the AV node. We don't care about it. We're just going to whoop right by. Okay? That's what you're going to think of with Wolff-Parkinson-White. Now, just be careful when you see these on exams. You might get a 12 lead and you're going to look and you're going to say, okay, well, the rhythm looks regular, the rate looks normal, everything is looking good. And it's very easy to just skip over that little piece. So make sure you look at your waveforms very clearly here. And you can see you've got that slurring up into your QRS complexes. That's your delta wave, Wolff-Parkinson-White. Alrighty, that is the end of this one. Stay tuned for the next. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if there are topics you want to cover that we have not covered. Best of luck studying. Take care.